Allah Ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. Certainly, we have revealed the Holy Quran as an Arabic Quran so that you may understand.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته يا دكتور أنس.
عليكم السلام.
كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله. كيف أنت؟
الحمد لله بخير. We have started Surah Nuh. So, do you know for how long did the Prophet Noah make da'wah to his people?
950 years.
نعم. And for how long did the Prophet Noah lived?
1200 to 1500 years.
Yeah, some ulama says 1500, 700. That means that the previous nations used to live longer than us, right?
Yes.
So the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was concerned about that the lifespan of the Ummah of the Prophet Muhammad is between what? Between 60
to 70 years.
and 60 or 70. And where the previous nations they used to live longer than us. So how could the Ummah of the Prophet Muhammad compete with the previous Ummah, Anas?
The prayers.
All of us will be together. And these previous nations lived longer than us, right?
Yes.
So that means they did more good deeds than us. So how could we compete with these previous nations who lived longer than us while we just live between 60 and 70 years? That's why Allah gave the Ummah of Muhammad what? Such special occasions, such as the night of decree, such as the day of Arafah, such as Friday, such as the month of Ramadan, like night of decree, Laylat al-Qadr. If you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for only one night, it's equivalent or even better than worshiping Allah for how many years?
1,000 months.
1,000 months, which equivalent about 83 years. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives the Ummah of the Prophet Muhammad such special occasions that Allah multiplies the reward so that we can compete with the previous nations. Does that make sense for you, Doctor? So, what is the reaction of the people of Noah each time that the Prophet Noah used to make da'wah to his people?
They would cover their. Some would believe it, and the others would cover their ears and put their hoodies over their face.
Yeah, and they cover even their head with their clothes, right?
Yep.
What Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about that?
وإني كلما دعوتهم لتغفر لهم جعلوا أصابعهم في آذانهم واستغشوا ثيابهم وأسروا واستكبروا استكبارا.
SubhanAllah. Though even the Prophet Noah make dua to them laylan wa nahara. What do you mean laylan wa nahara?
They would
He used to make da'wah like day and night, 24/7. But each time that he used to make da'wah, they put their finger into their ears, and they used to cover their head with their clothes, subhanAllah. And then the Prophet Noah alayhi salam said that, فَقُلْتُ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَّارًا. The Prophet Noah asked them to make istighfar. And in this surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us the benefits of istighfar. So what are the benefits of istighfar, ya Anas? According to Surah Nuh.
It says ألم ترى yeah.
That skies or provisions and rains will come from the sky. وَيُمْدِدُكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ وَبَنِينَ. What does it mean of amwal and what does it mean of banin?
Amwal is money.
And banin is
children.
وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ جَنَّاتٍ وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ أَنْهَارًا. So Allah will give you gardens and rivers. And these are the benefits of istighfar, of seeking forgiveness, or saying astaghfirullah, that Allah promised us here in this surah, that Allah will provide you with provision from the sky. Allah will increases your wealth, increases your kids, your children. Allah give you gardens. Allah gives you rivers. And that's why the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, it was narrated that the Prophet Muhammad used to make istighfar for more than 70 times a day, saying astaghfirullah al-ali al-azim min kulli dhanbin azim. How many skies did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala create? ألم ترى كيف
7.
7 skies, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the qamar and the shams. What does the qamar mean and what does the shams mean?
The moon and the sun.
What about the al-arda? وَاللَّهُ جَعَلَ لَكُمُ الْأَرْضَ بِسَاطًا. The ground.
Yeah.
We revise Surah Al-Fajr, so in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swear by Al-Fajr wa layal ashr. What does it mean of layal ashr that Allah swear by?
The night of decree.
Now, the best in days, right? The best in nights. What are these best in nights that Allah swear by in this surah?
The 10 nights of Ramadan.
The last 10 nights of Ramadan. Why they are the best 10 nights? Because in these 10 nights there are the night of decree. And some ulama says that no, the best 10 days are the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, because the day of what?
The day of Arafah.
And when the day of Arafah comes? On the month of Dhul Hijjah. On the 9th of the month of Dhul Hijjah, before the day of sacrifice, that it's Eid for all Muslims. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that Al-Insan, what does Al-Insan mean, Ya Anas?
Human.
فأما الإنسان إذا ما ابتلاه ربه فأكرمه ونعم فيقول ربي أكرمن. If Allah provide and increase him with provision, he say Allah honors me. وأما إذا ما ابتلاه, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala afflicted him with a trial or tested him in this dunya, he say فيقول ربي أهانن. He say Allah humiliates me. Is that right for the Muslims case? Muslims can be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if Allah give him, if Allah provides him. And if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala afflicted him with a trial or a test, what Muslims should do?
They should
be patient. And in both cases, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward the Muslims. In case of a Muslim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provide him with a good rizq, he's being grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is good for him. If Allah afflicted him with a trial or a test, he must be patient, and in this case, Allah will reward him as too. As for Tajweed, ya Doctor, we have got qalqala letters, right? And before we got qalqala, we have got lam shamsi and qamari. So how could we recognize the lam shamsi and qamari? How could you differentiate?
From lam shamsiya, you can see it when the second letter after the lam has a shad. And for qamariya, when the lam has a sukoon and the following letter has a vowel letter, you can see it's a lam qamariya.
Exactly. Excellent. And even ibghi hajjaka wa khafa aqima, these are the letters of lam qamariya. Qalqala, how many letters of qalqala do we have? We said
it's gathered in Qutb Jad. There is 5 letters.
There are 5 letters. And the only condition for the qalqala that these letters must carry is what?
Sukoon.
Or it might come that is the end of an ayah. In case of a stopping, it carries sukoon, right? Like for example here, letter ba here. Why letter ba here is one of letter of qalqala and ba here is one of letter of qalqala, though it doesn't carry sukoon?
The ba carries a sukoon, and it's therefore a qalqala letter. The second one, waqaba, the ba is at the end of the sentence and the word is coming to a stop. So the word would just, if it doesn't have, even if it has a vowel letter, then you would get rid of it and change it to a sukoon and pronounce it as a sukoon.
Excellent, excellent, because of stopping, right?
Yeah.
The same time here, yadkhuluna and ahad. Why dal here is one of the letter of qalqala?
It carries sukoon.
What about dal here? Though it doesn't carry sukoon?
It's at the end of an ayah.
Yeah, because of stopping. Exactly. And then we got that we have 3 types of qalqala, right? What are these 3 types of qalqala? We have the strongest case of qalqala, the major qalqala, and we have the minor qalqala. What about the major qalqala? If letter of qalqala comes at the end and it carries shadda, then what types of qalqala here?
Major.
strongest, نعم, the major. What about if it comes at the za'in, but it doesn't carry shadda?
Rihlat al-Quran Academy is a journey that takes Muslims all over the world to learn Arabic, recite the Holy Quran, and understand Islam. Would you like to learn Arabic or teach your kids and family the Arabic and Quran? Join us.